Now the arpeggiator and sequencer in Pigments kind of work in a similar fashion, and they all kind of have similar functionality, but let's try to work just with the arpeggiator mode and see how that works. So I've turned on the sequencer and I've switched to arpeggiator mode. So as long as I hold down a series of notes, those notes will be arpeggiated. Over here we can choose the arpeggiation mode as played, just upwards, just downwards, up and down, or random. Here's the rate. So now it's running at 16th notes, 32nd notes. We can add some swing. Alright, so that's your basic arpeggiation. But what's really cool is that we can kind of involve the step sequencer features into this arpeggiator. So you can see here 8 steps are active. And for any of these 8 steps, we can change any of these parameters. So let's start with velocity. Here you can choose how much of the as played velocity is going to kick in. So if I set that at 0, the played velocity is going to be ignored. But let's turn that on. Again, make sure that in the amp mod, velocity is cranked up. So the velocity is at least affecting the volume. And here now, I can change the overall velocity per step. So some notes in the arpeggiation are louder than others. Same for octave. I can change the octave for certain steps. It's still arpeggiating those notes, but just changing the octave. Now trigger probability is interesting. I can reduce the probability of any of these steps occurring. And again, even though they are steps, it relates to the arpeggiation. Same for gate length. I can increase the gate length or shorten the gate length. So you get more of a staccato effect or more of a legato effect. And then lastly we have slide, which is basically glide. Alright, so you can see here quite a fancy arpeggiator we have. But then we are clearly using a lot of the sequencer functionality as well. Alright, in the next tutorial, let's switch to the sequencer mode and check out all the other remaining functionality here.